Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Creeper World 4. That is right, we are back heading in the colony section yet again for another YAACCM. That's right, it is yet another AC cursor map. Scripts by Withers, Chat, and Tricky Corp. Let's get going. These are cursor maps, so we are going to turn on our map indicator, which is, always a good time, always a good time. We can see the layout of the map here. It is built into quadrants. We do have our quote-unquote safe zone in the top left, which is not quite safe because there is one emitter, but it's 10 every 1 second. So, I mean, it's like super baby emitter, right? Super baby emitter, not really a problem whatsoever. Down here, we have the dark zone, and the dark zone has a 250 and a 150 inside, plus a couple of breeders. We do have a lot more units down here in this section where it is like the harder section, so that's pretty awesome. I do like a lot of units in the harder section. I think that's a great addition, because before finding units could be rather tough. So yeah, we have units everywhere. Now there is creep around most of the emitters, so I don't know where the nullifiers are. Although this one does have it in the bottom left, which is nice. This one does have it right above it, so that's kind of nice. But most of them, I don't think we can see the emitter. Like, there's no emitter here, so I'm assuming it's somewhere down there. So yeah, we don't know where all the emitters are. Can't plan for that, but that's okay. This section is sort of the other hard section with a 150, a 100, and a 250. So again, these kind of match. These are the harder sections. This is definitely the easy section, other than the safe section, of course, which is a 50, a 50, a 50, a 50, and a 30. Oh my, oh my. So we are going to want to get over here. So getting over here is interesting, though, because there's only two ways. There's one way down here, and there's one way up here. But one thing we can notice, which I can't click on, is power cannot transfer here. So if we come over here, we actually need the power to transfer from these pylons here. So we have to come over and then make our way down and make sure these pylons are in sync. So that's kind of our goal, right? Get these pylons when we go to the small side. Now, I will try and see if we can come down here. I don't know. There is a creeper cap, which would help us push, but, I mean, we might not have the strongest of the cursors at that point. So, that's neither here nor there, though. We will do that later. Of course, everything is going to build up. You know, we have to wait for power and all that good stuff. Map indicator going on. The other thing to note is there are 3 breeders on our starting zone. 1, 2, and a tiny, tiny one up there. So we will want to activate at least 2 of them within 30 seconds. I think ideally, if we can get to this one and this one, this should basically shut down this entire emitter, right? If we can get to that one. So that would be kind of nice, although getting down here does start the big AC wave. If we can get to that before the creep does, I think that's kind of my goal. So that's going to be the first goal for the first 30 seconds, and then we'll sort of readjust from there. So we're starting here. We will have 5 seconds of breeding, which should hopefully help, and hopefully push us over the top, because we need this to start spreading already, right? We have 30 seconds to get where we want to go, and it's already been 11. And the creep is actually already at that breeder. So, you know what? I'm actually going to change plans here. Ooh. Alright, 21 seconds. I'm going to try and go south. Might not be able to get it for the full breeding cycle, but if I can get this for some of the breeding cycle, that would be kind of cool. Just to use these breeders effectively, right? That's what we kind of want. Now, we do have some loss up here, which is this breeder. It's going to do what it does. You know, we're going to want to stop it, shut everything down, and we're going to want to take it back. I think since it's kind of taken, we're kind of okay for a second. I would like to just take mass amounts of land to begin with, right? We can get our power up to the point where we can overwhelm that super, super easily. All we just need is some AC on the ground, and should be relatively easy here, right? Like, just like that. 3 seconds until the next breeding, but we can see we can overpower this easily now. I mean, maybe we could have overpowered it easily before and taken it for this breeding cycle. I don't know, but you know, I'm pretty happy with how this is already going, right? We can even surround this. I don't want it to spread too far, of course. Save the trees, save the econ, and yeah, ooh, we have 10 seconds. Okay, I do want to overpower it now before the next breeding cycle, which I think, again, we have so much power because we took the south that we are golden. There we go, look at that. We have done it. What are we losing? Okay, so we're losing down here. I think the main choke point will be here. So I'm not super worried about losing these. I will do a little bit there just to, you know, shore it up, make sure these get built beforehand, because we're still low on power. We're still low on power, and that is never a good thing, of course. You never want to be low on power. We're losing things all over the place, and that's okay, that's okay. We have this breeding. We can easily just go, like, straight to the top, say, you know what, Creep, you done? I'm going to take you out, and we just did. So we can already start on our progress. We are not at the creeper cap yet, so, you know, that's a thing, not at the creeper cap, but that's okay, that's okay. Bottom, yeah, bottoms hold, everything's basically built. We're on the move. This will just die out itself. I mean, I'm not even worried about that, to be completely honest with you. I just want to get to the point where this pylon reaches across. Although, maybe we should try the bottom. Well, we're not at the creeper cap yet. I don't want to go down there until we're at the creeper cap, because honestly, there's no way we're pushing through the hard stuff without the creeper cap. The creeper cap is super important. So let's see what we can do before then. We're almost at the creeper cap now, which I guess is a good thing. Not the most important, though. I mean, I guess we should just go straight for it, but we're already on the move. We're going to at least get the pylon and some defenses. I don't even care about holding this area right now. Like, the creep can take it back, because it doesn't matter as long as we can hold to the pylon. So that is the key. If we can hold to the pylon, make sure that is shored up, then we can retake the top side. So again, that is our goal. We know the pylon is directly to the east of the other pylon, so we sort of want to take this high ground. And again, high grounds are good grounds, so I'm a big fan of that. And there's some cannons over here and things. So once we take this, once we get the pylon online, I think we will be good. We should be approaching the pylon now. There we go, there we go. So this is good. This will give us a nice little starter zone. Even gives us a little shield, a bunch of cannons, a bunch of mortars and things like that. So all we have to do is make sure this holds just for a moment, and we can fight back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think this is the big key, is getting this starter outcrop, and now we're already fighting back, right? So as we can see, we're already pushing back. Let's let that sort of, this can push for a second, right? It's got AC in it. It's not going to die all the way. It's got pretty much all of the cannons and the mortars that it needs. Let's see if we can push down here. How tall is this? That's pretty big, especially compared to that, right? So we'll take a second. This may, quote unquote, hurt the time and blah, blah, blah. Let's just see if we can push into this. Let's actually see. If we hold this here, how high does our... Oh my god, look at how high our spike is. Our spike is nothing compared to that. Oh, jeez. We may be able to get in here a little bit just to start pushing it back, which I kind of want to do, just to push it back just a wee little bit. But honestly, I don't think this is going to be very effective. Looking at the map, I should have made a mention, there's a lot of units here and a lot of units here, but like right here, there's basically nothing. So even if we were to push into here, we'd basically get some units, but it wouldn't really do much in the long term. So, you know, we'll get a couple of units, try and push it back, get some of this out, like get this outcropping shooting for us, which may help, but it's not going to be like, you know, the be-all end-all zone, right? It's going to be nice. Apparently I can't even get, the mortar won't even connect to, there's the mortar connection. Oh, geez, see, look at this. This is way too hard. And we lost something that's building, but we lost something that's building because look at them. They're pushing it all out. They're doing so good. That's the main reason I also want to do it this way, because they're doing good. You know, they're going to be fine without us for a little bit. Let them sort of expand while we at least get a little bit, because, you know, having this for later will be nice. So having a couple mortars, having a couple of things, as long as it can hold, that'll be good. Now, will it be able to hold? I think it will if we get the whole thing. If we don't, I think this is folly. So look at that. As you can see, yeah, we don't have it. It is too strong for us to deal with. I mean, if we had another... I mean, this whole area is like covered, but we have to get in. And I don't think we can get in. So let's make sure we don't lose all of our AC over here, because it's almost gone. So let's just take the land, you know. Let's not let them win on out and do what we're here to do, and that is destroy the creep with delicious foam. You know, it is a very good time. We're gonna clear the tops, you know, clear it up, which will always be a good time. Always take your tops, you know. There we go. Get some mortars. Get these things built up. It's gonna be just the grandest of times. There we go. Look at that. Just need that connection, and there it is. So we're already assaulting 2 of these emitters. No problems here whatsoever. And yeah, there really isn't that much they're going to be able to do to us. So once we get the top connection sort of set, we're gonna be assaulting these, right? Because we could go for the emitters, but the emitters really don't matter right now, right? They're at the creeper cap. So with them being at the creeper cap, they really don't matter. So these split breeders though matter immensely, right? Because while it doesn't matter if they breed for the creep because they're at the creeper cap, they can breed for us. So that is just victory, right? See, I'm actually surprised that they're pushing back so hard, but we do have a breeding cycle coming right now. And look at that. That is just nice pushing that we don't have to do, right? I mean, it basically almost took the other breeders, which we would love to see, right? Next breeding cycle, if we have all 3 of these do that, I mean, come on. That's just good times all around. And now we can see, look at that, just the breeder pushing back against that emitter. Let's hold this, though. We do want to try and hold this one. There we go. Breeding cycle coming in, more important than anything else. And now we have the triple breeder. Perfect. So that's going to give us, essentially, our first actual emitter. Again, the emitter on the other island, I don't even count as an actual emitter. Doesn't really matter to me. There's our nullifier, and we are good. So where to next? What do we want? So we definitely want to get to here. That's going to be important. I guess we do want to cut this off, get this emitter down, because, you know, it's an emitter. It's not doing too much, but it's doing more than nothing. So if we cut this off, you know, isolate this area, that'll all die off relatively easily. We could also just go straight for it, right? I mean, we might as well, you know, start saving the things that are being made in its range. Yeah, this is just going down real quick. We're gonna, we'll just stop it all. Stop it in its tracks. No problems for us. There we go. Just move it on up. And this will just, a little bit more power here, a little bit more power there. It feels pretty good if you ask me. And we need to find, there it is, there's the nully. So, perfect. With that nullifier, again, it's not super imperative because they are at the creeper cap. It is pumping out a little bit of creep, but not probably as much as it would be if they weren't at the cap, of course. But yeah, look at that. I mean, we've just shut it down. There's plenty of units around. It's doing its thing. And I do want to cut this off because I do like to cut things off, right? Save the walls. Keep it good. Keep that safe, of course. And there we go. With cutting this off to the wall, this will all just die off super easily. We have a nice little set of units right there, which will help defend. And we have a good set, right? A good line. Nice angle. You know, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I like having the straighter the better. So next, I guess, on the list will be this emitter right here, right? Because that is going to be the next fool's errand. So we're gonna move on up. One thing to note is there's basically the only supply of blueite is right here at a 1. There's one more blueite. Where is it? There's a blueite here. And there's one blueite somewhere else, right? Oh, actually, our blueite's being... Oh, we're not even using the blueite. I thought there would be more sprayers. You know, I figured we'd always be out of blueite because there's, like, a pack of blueite up here, right? So I figured we would need that to be able to power our sprayers, kind of like a bonus for taking this area. It's like, yeah, now your sprayers are great. But we're not even using our blueite. It's basically full. So, yeah, whoopsie. But that's okay, that's okay. Let's just keep pushing. Ooh, a mortar there will do just the best. Just the best. It's going to be able to shoot the big waves as well as shoot the emitter. Shouldn't be pooping out anything in our general direction. But yeah, here we go. Ooh, I really want that cannon. Always good to get your cannons. They are probably the best at holding. Mortars are grand at pushing. That's how I feel. You know, I literally almost let that die. I have a tendency to just be like, yeah, I put enough AC there, just sort of move on. Not really a good sign. Not really a good sign. But where is the nullifier? We are losing a couple of things. Maybe we'll just shore that up so that can get built. But yeah, another mortar, another cannon. Beautiful. I'm assuming it's going to be on this side, but I don't know. I don't know. There was creep here at the beginning, so I could not see. So it should, I mean, is it behind it? I mean, come on, map. Come on, map. Holy moly, it's all the way over there. Okay, well, fair enough. Worked out in the end. We have the nullifier coming to save us. Glory, glory days. We are still at our creeper cap, which is grand. The longer we're at the creeper cap, the better, of course. So yeah, we can now start to really do some damage here, right? Because we're working towards a corner, and again, hold your walls. Walls are always the best. So we can actually start really, really taking out this land and carving it up. So as you can see, I mean, I did a little indent and then I'm moving in. That way we can sort of adjust our line. We can make things weaker. We can find a cannon, like right there. And we're actually pushing the left side while moving the line. So that's kind of the goal. Push this left side. We want to get to this corner and get this. I think once we get this, I'm going to try the other side again, see if we can make a little bit more progress now, because we should be significantly stronger. And significantly stronger sounds pretty good to me, if you ask me. I mean, I like the term significant. You know, it's a little bit more than a tiny bit. So, it feels pretty good. Where is the next one? Unfortunately, this area isn't as, you know, weapon rich as the bottom area. I think it's because it's the easier area. You don't need nearly as many, but you still need some. So we're still making pretty good progress though. Again, our main goal is to get to this, have this breeding for us, and I think with that pushing as well as everything else, we should be in a very good state. But you can see we've thinned out this side by making these little jets so this creep doesn't really make it there. That it's actually a lot easier. I mean, the AC with just a little bit of shoots are making just very good progress up this little beam. And we can expand it, of course. You know, we can just do something like that. Keep this mortar not built, of course, because it doesn't have power yet, but keep it safe so we know where it is. And once that mortar's built, I mean, again, just more pressure. So we're going straight for the breeder, of course. And once we take the breeder, this entire corner has no backing, nothing to defend it. And we even got a little bit of the breeder for this cycle, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Look at that. Just that little bit of breeder does the best of work. So it's not perfect. You know, it still has some work to do. But this, for the next cycle, once this breeds, will push out this corner. We'll be able to secure basically everything, and it's breeding in just 2 seconds. Oh, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Why did I say 2? Oh, look, they even pushed to the emitter. Look at them. So they are now strong enough to sort of push on their own, and I think with this breeder, if we just get some defenses on this side of the breeder, just to make sure it never collapses. Of course, we don't want our breeder to collapse. I think this side sort of secures itself. So let's see if we can get just a cannon, mortar. I mean, this is high ground. High ground is good ground. I don't want to take too much because, again, I want to check out that other side. But, again, the other side could just be, like, the folly, right? Could be completely useless. But look at that. We got a nice set of 2 mortars, a cannon, and maybe something else. Maybe something else. Nope, just some towers. Just some towers. So that's fine. I think once these get built, we are out of here. So build these up. They'll be able to push. They're up. Let's check down here again, right? So let's just see how high is it now. Pretty high. How high can we make our little beam now? Not that high, not that high. So look at that. We are still severely underpowered for this push. We can make our beam, you know, sort of go in, but there's still way too much to deal with. You know, this is going to be immense. So we need to clear this out. We need the power. We have to do this. Maybe it is good if you just sort of force your way through and maybe get a couple of towers, but I'd rather just go with what we know is going to be a success, right? So we know this is going to be the victory that we need. And we know there's high ground over here, so it's also very, very thin. right? So we have very, very thin amounts of creep up here, just pushing in a nice angle to the high ground. We're not going to be building right away, I mean, of course, but we do have, look at that, we're already making a cannon up there. And yeah, look at this, all these cannons, they're all going to do very good. If we just do this, that should place a tower over here, and that should fill everything in. Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we got cannons, we got more high grounds. We're sort of cutting off the connection point. This is what I want to do, is cut off this connection point, because all that's left is, well, I guess we do want that breeder. Oh, that breeder's going to basically win the map, of course. But this connection point is probably the strongest amount of creep coming to the side, because obviously the emitters are relatively weak, and there's a lot of creep over here, right? So we do want to hold this more than anything else. I do want that breeder. I want this mortar to be built and this cannon to be built. So we do want a bit of both of those. So if we can sneak into this emitter, that mortar looks like it's going to be fine. We just have a few seconds. Oh my. Can we get... Oh, the mortar was not fine. The mortar was not fine. The breeder gets bred, though. Okay, good. We got the breeder. I'll take it. I'll take that as a victory. Getting that breeder. The AC push doing grand. That breeder going to hold the world. And honestly, I didn't even realize there was a tiny little path here. Oh man, this tiny little path is actually huge, huge, huge. Let's see, how big? Oh, see, with this... Yeah, see, it looks like we've gained... Somehow crossed a threshold. Maybe it's because it's on a tiny path. I don't know, but we're going to want this breeder as soon as frickin' possible. I was planning on going through here, but going straight for the breeder, and I didn't even realize there was a green iron crystal here. I thought the only one was down here and in here. So I thought like all the green iron was like you had to get to the dark zone, but this being green iron can change things, because now we can shut off the dark zone once we get some power. So that's actually incredible for us. As we can see, this is actually pushed, taken this emitter, which is also amazing for us. So yeah, we just need this to hold, and then I think we want to push in here. Now this, again, is kind of holding, not the best. There is, unfortunately, a breeding cycle coming right now. I would love to get to it, but I think the creep is a little too deep. Yeah, we got a little bit. We got a little bit, which is actually good. Okay, we need this mortar, though. So yeah, let's secure this. That mortar is going to be key because it's going to be shooting the big creep. There's also a cannon. We'll probably get some more as we clear it off, but we do want these units. I've let this mortar die too many times. I'm sorry, Senor Mortor. There we go. There we go. Cannon up, mortar up. It's just that easy. That mortar should start shooting for the fences. Another one coming in, and one down here. Okay, triple mortar on the side. Now we should be in the good. Ooh, even more? Okay, perfect, perfect. Oh my gosh, there's so much defense here. That's amazing. Okay, well, oh my gosh. I was not expecting this. I knew there were defenses, but I forgot there were that many. So maybe we can keep pushing. How many more defenses are there? I mean, if these defenses keep coming, I mean, I'm going to keep using them, right? So let us see, because we can do the defenses and then sneak across and sort of hook up the two sides. Look at that. Double cannon and a mortar. I will take it. Keep things going for our side. Creeper cap still at maximum, which is grand for us. Again, we want as much at the cap. And we even have mortars shooting across. That's actually amazing for us, those mortars shooting across, because they're going to weaken the thin area here, which is going to allow us to sort of connect up the two zones. I say two zones, I mean it's one zone, but the two paths that we're going to be taking, because we will take the other path just to get to that breeder potentially, although we are just finding unit after unit. Again, this is a very unit dense area, and unit dense is great. I'm not going to lie, I am a big fan of unit density. So we have a breeding cycle going on right now. I don't want to leave this because I don't want any of these to die, but I wanna start checking this out, because if with the mortars coming up. Oh no, I messed it up. Oh no, don't die. Oh, look at that, I really messed it up. This is getting us some green iron though, which, yeah. I don't want to lose any of these units. These units are too precious to me right now. So, plus we're just getting more. I mean, look at that. Another. Oh, jeez. It's so good, and we're actually pushing relatively well. So maybe that little path is just the fool's errand. So that could very well be it. The fool's errand is that path, and I mean, just all of the units are the victory that we needed. I mean, look at all these mortars just raining hell. Yeah, that is quite the front. Ooh, we even made a nice closer connection with this pylon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. More power, more quickly, more goodly, more win. Even have a sprayer on the front lines. Good on you, sprayer. You're doing great. Let's just really start working. Because now, oh my gosh, there's so many. Like, how can you hate? How can you hate all of these towers? This is just gorgeous. So I think we can start to potentially just hold taking it from this side, right? We're just down to just a few seconds. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna take some. I mean, I'll lose a little bit of the unit, but we're gonna gain some breeding right here, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. This breeding being held as well, because look at this, we've pushed it back, and yeah, we're gonna take this breeder first thing. This is our entire goal, is to take this breeder. 15 seconds till the next cycle, so we do have a little bit of time. Still at the creeper cap. Creeper cap really helps with taking these breeders because it's not going to breed against us. And yeah, this should be breeding in 2, 1. Let's go, breeder. There we go. Push, 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 push. And we have taken it. Pretty much. This is that tiny little bit. I want to go where the defenses are, though, and the defenses are down here. So I am a super fan. So this will push in, this will push in. We do want to clearly get, and there's the nullifier. Awesome. Okay, so we know where the nullifier is. This nullifier kicks on. That's going to be huge for us as well, without a doubt. So let's protect that temporarily. You don't have power, or do you? You do. Okay. Nullifier is at least power, or not powered, but built. Built is the term. That's what it is. They get built, they get powered. We're doing good. Now, the problem is, if you look at the creeper cap in the bottom left, we are under the creeper cap, which is not bad. It just means everything is now going to be fully activated. So, fully activated, it's not the worst thing in the world. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're clearly able to fight against it. It's just when things are fully activated, of course, it's just that much harder to deal with. This is pushing nicely. I think we can go back to this side now again, though. We have our pushing power should be substantial, and we do have green R coming in. So if we can start working on this side, I think that's going to be a pretty good win. But I don't know. I just want to see. This is sort of, again, an experiment. Again, it doesn't look like we're really doing quite enough. Alright, not doing quite enough. I guess, oh, look at all these breeders. Let's see, these breeders, this is what we need, right? This will definitely sweep over a lot. This corner, though, is always going to be a major problem, with being 250. So, I mean, we want to hold our wall, without a doubt. So maybe we do that. Maybe we hold the wall, and then move our way up, right? Because we don't want to be fighting on so many fronts. Plus, if we can hold the wall, then we can just control all of the AC, right? Then the AC is pressing where we want it. I would love to just be able to get up here, though. So let's see. Can we do some... Oh, look at that. More towers. I will say, the amount of cannons and mortars down here is gorgeous. A nice high ground. Of course, always a good time. Let's keep these alive, because these are the lifeline of the future. Oh, lifeline of the future. Don't die. We're losing. Okay, we lost a couple, but they were necessary to lose. They were necessary. It's okay. I don't care about a refinery. Refineries don't matter. It's the units that matter, the ones that do the pushing. So, yeah, there we go. Push this over. Let's stop this from going, and let's, again, I want to move up, because if we can get that, that's going to be just a gorgeous, gorgeous supply for us. Again, the creep the limit is working in, I mean, in our favor and against us now. I say against us now just because they are at their limit, or they are under their limit, which means they are always going to be producing, even out of these, you know, so we don't have easy takes of them any longer. So that is the one downside. Protect him. Protect him. The mortar is protected. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Again, we want our units to survive. Survival of the units, and we want to push right up here. Again, high ground, good ground. It's also a way easier to take high ground just because the creep is always going to be thinner on the high ground. And look at this. We got pretty much this entire breeder. Maybe not all of it. We can force it out. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. That is now just our victory. I could have gone for this, but I think this is the bigger one because again, it's the high ground, and now with that, we're gonna come on down, right? Yeah, let's protect this high ground first. Actually, let's wait for one more breeding cycle. Let's get a couple of these cannons and mortars and sprayers online. We have just 1 second though, so I think the breeding cycle hits. This is going to push everything back. We're going to be fine from here on out. There we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Whew. Needed that breeding cycle though. And yeah, look at that. Look, just a whole slew of mortars coming online from here is just the best. Just the best. I mean, maybe there's better. I don't know. But, oh jeez, no. I said a horde of mortars coming online, not almost online. No. Okay, good. They are now online. Gorgeous. There we go. So, stop the breeding over here. Let's push in. We'll get this to breed for us, and then we'll go for that. And hook up all of the AC breeders on this side. Should be pretty good from there. Again, I think having all of these AC breeders will not topple the map, but be a very good start to toppling the map, right? Here we go. The AC breeding is about to happen. Beautiful. Just push it out of here. That helps so much. Even that one tiny breeder really helps. And it's going to get taken over. But that's okay, that's okay. It's understandable. We have bigger breeders on our mind now. It did help us get that cannon and mortar online, which is the key, and I need to stop moving my mouse to point at things, because pointing at things is how nothing happens. But we got this breeder, and this breeder, again, on the high ground, very easy to push everything back. Again, high ground as well, lots of mortars coming down. Always a good time. So, not going to complain in the slightest. This breeder, just a few seconds off from... Ooh. No. We've learned. I want this to breed, though, so I need to keep that. And then we're going to keep just a couple of units over here alive. And then keep this. There we go. Breeding cycle coming out now. It's ours. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Now, we could go for the emitter. We could go for the other breeding zone. Again, with the emitters, or with the mortars, I should say, I think we can take this breeding zone, and that's just going to cut this map in half, right? So this is the big push. This zone, I think, is like where the map shifts power dramatically. Because once we take this, if we can hold it, which if we can take most of it for the breeding cycle, which we took a good chunk, I think that's going to push all of this back, and we're going to be able to get some units down here. I hope we can get some units down here. I see 1, 2 cannons, which would be nice. Oddly enough, we could not get both, but that's okay. We have another breeding cycle in just a few seconds, so we need to hold these edges. These edges are super important. There's the breeding cycle. Push them back on the edge, push them back on the line, and yeah, that's gonna flow. That's gonna flow very, very nicely. Get us a couple cannons in here, hold this breeder, which is just gonna push essentially everything back, right? I don't care about that emitter. As long as we can hold against that emitter, I care not for it. It matters not to me in the slightest. So we do want to take to the wall. and we want to have some units down here in order to protect. But other than that, we don't care. We don't actually want to go against it. That's a 250. The cap is hit, so there's no real point to fight against it, other than, I mean, I guess if it was off, then all of this AC would be going the other direction, which would be very good. Don't get me wrong. That would be very good for us. However, it would probably take more effort to take that because we're weaker, right? As we take more of the map, of course we get stronger, right? So clearly, if we take more of the map, I say clearly, I mean hopefully, as we take more of the map, we can just become stronger and overpower it, right? So like, for instance, if we take out this emitter right here, which I could have focused on earlier, but I think securing this was more valuable to me at the time. So this emitter is now essentially completely cut off, which is grand. We now need to find where the nullifier is, which is not so grand. But once we find that nullifier, this emitter turns off, which is huge, because every emitter turned off right now is just victory. Ooh. See, they're just pushing in by themselves. I'll let them do that. I'm very happy for them to do that. There's the nullifier. Okay. We now know where the nullifier is. We now need to find a way to get it power, of course, which is never a fun time. So we will work from the top side, because it looks like we have some units coming in. So we'll work from the top, keep pushing this down. Look at all the units coming in. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And yeah, I guess now that it's completely contained, it's actually not, the nullifier isn't that important anymore, because it is completely contained by mortars. Although it does allow the mortars to shoot elsewhere, which is nice for now. So here we go. How is this side doing? Can we push in here yet? I would like to. It would be nice. I think we might have the power to. Looks like we are making good progress in here now, which is awesome. So let's see. Can we expand this? Nah. I mean, we can get to those two mortars again, which is grand. I know there's a lot of units over here. I do know that. I know these are pushing quite nicely by themselves, so I want to work on an area that can start pushing by itself into the darkness. Ooh, a cannon with these mortars. That would be monstrous, right? Just having a cannon and a mortar with another mortar coming up will be very, very good. So that's going to be a huge, huge win. As you can see, we are actually making progress against this thanks to our increased power. The cannon is doing the most, and hopefully this will give us some more units, because there should be some. Look at that, another cannon. Yeah, we're able to start making progress on this side too. Two more cannons. There we go. That's what, two more mortars. See? The units are coming. That's exactly what we wanted to see, right? More pressure on the dark zone, right against the dark zone. That's what I want to see right now. So this is exactly what we wanted. Plus, I'm sure there's probably a beacon on the side. There's a beacon right there. Gorgeous. So we can now change our tactic from coming from this side, going straight to that and cutting off essentially half of the map, which would be grand. But we can also keep spread, right? More units, more good, more better. Woo! Look at that. That beacon, lighten up the darkness. So feels pretty good if you ask me. Do want to get to this critical threshold. We want to see, how is this top left doing? Oh my gosh, they literally nullified a 250 by themselves. They're so good. It might even be at the point where if we just leave the map, I think they might win. Oddly enough, it is just getting to that point. Not to mention, I mean, look at this. I mean, our cursor is just making progress. And if we can get to this split breeder, I mean, look at that. We're just cleaving through the deepest of the creepest of the map now. So if we can get to the split breeder in a few seconds, it might not breed amazingly well, but it's taking away their creep and giving us more AC. So not amazingly well is still better by far than anything else, right? So let's just push it on in. Plan on building some things up. We do want, of course, all of the cannons and things to be built, so we do have that, but we do want to work on this AC, or the split breeder, I should say. So if we can really hollow this out, before even the beacon gets done. The beacon got done. Okay, you did it, beacon. You're the best. I shouldn't have doubted you. But we have this entire thing breeding for us now. So again, doing great. I'm assuming some beacons should be built over here at some point. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe the beacons only go through. I don't know. It is quite interesting, but we have a 150 emitter that we need to deal with. We have this 250 that we need to deal with. 1 split breeder, 2, and 3. We have 3 split breeders left on the map, so we do want to get to those. But right now it's really get these beacons. Oh, but there's so few green. Oh, the green R is actually going to be a problem. Because if we build beacons out like over here and stuff, we're actually hurting ourselves. Because we only have enough for 1 beacon right now. Which is not good. 1 beacon, not the best. I will tell you that. So... Although, okay, we do have more refineries going down now. Okay, more refineries, more good. In this case. Let's keep taking this. Come on, you can do it. Get us some units, please. You were doing great with the units before. What just happened there? What just happened? Holy moly. Wait, do we have to come from this side now? Where are the beacons? Oh, there's a beacon here, which is going to connect everything up, which is fine. It's fine. And why is this not all being built? Where are all of my good units? Please. Okay, so there's a beacon here, now going up. The AC is actually reaching this split breeder, so let's just try and take that as breeding now, unfortunately. We got a little bit of it, but not nearly as much as I would hope. We're out of beacon power. So that's actually something on the map that you could kind of try and optimize, I suppose, because building the right beacons, you know, if you know where all the beacons are, you can plan out and be like, okay, we can take this path to get to the Dark Tower because that's all we need, and then we're good, right? If there is an optimal path. So that's something to consider for the future, is that pathing to the Dark Tower, because clearly being out of juice. Now, yes, there are plenty of crystals on the map, but we can't get to these, and these are being harvested very, very slowly. So we do have to sort of take it on the chin, as it were. But we can keep pushing while that's still working, at least, which is good. It's just not perfect, right? So once this beacon's activated, though, we are done. Although it's trying to power that beacon as well. So see, by coming over there, we're actually hindering ourselves. There is the nullifier for both the emitter and the Dark Tower, which basically seals the fate of this area. So yeah, we have effectively shut this off, and with this, all that's left is that, and the emitter. So we're basically done with the map once this is done, right? We've seen that they actually have the power to take out emitters of 250 strength by themselves. So the AI can. Now, granted, that's with proper building and things like that. I mean, it doesn't quite look like there's that many frontline units at the moment here, so it's not like they're super strong. But, you know, everything adds up. Every little bit helps. Again, once this nullifier kills this, not kills, but deactivates this emitter, we should be, whoa, nice pop of color. We should be super good, right? No more 150 coming out. It's just going to allow us to cleave through the map, easy peasy, and go straight for the split breeders, right? Just cut it in half, go for the split breeder. Essentially the map should fall apart, right? This side is obviously the hard side, because that's where the major emitter is, but the split breeder should not be too much of a danger for us. We should be able to, again, just carve it out. But honestly, this, I'm going to go this way, because I think they'll probably put a lot of units around the big emitter. So I'm guessing if we go this way, we'll get a lot of units, hem this in, so it can't reinforce the top side with its flow. So I think that would be quite good for us. Fingers crossed. Maybe I'm wrong, but we do have a couple of cannons coming up, which is good. Of course, we want to see that. I'd love to see this entire area just flooded with units, not refineries. I don't really care about the greener at this point. I'm not going to lie. I don't even care about that beacon. I'm not going to lie. That beacon doesn't really do me anything. So, let's just push it, see any units, anything whatsoever will do. Don't care if it's a cannon, don't care if it's a mortar, just something. But I got a beacon. That's fine. A beacon will do grand. Come on. There were so many units all over the place. Alright, cut it. Again, I just want to separate the areas. Looks like we're getting a mortar. Okay, we're getting a couple now to be able to just hold this, which means this will collapse on its own, basically. Although, again, there's not very many units over here, but that's fine. And we can just press our advantage. So, ooh, actually, I let things fall more than they should. So that is my fault. That is my fault. Again, this thing is quite high of the creep cap. So pushing. Hold the wall, because the wall is always key. And I'm kind of hoping this is a big flat area. I was hoping for a lot of units, just a big flat area. It's not, I wasn't going through here because I figured they're going to leave that for mining purposes, so to speak. But we have a breeding cycle right now. I should have pushed for the breeder. That was my fault. I did not. I was going towards it, but I was not going on it. So that was my fault there. So we're going to clean up around the breeder and the breeder itself. So that will at least start breeding for us. So clean that up. Go over here. Oh, we got a mortar and a cannon. That's kind of nice. I will take that to defend, plus the breeder. The other breeder has been taken by the AC as well as the units, so that is amazing. And with this breeder, I kill this creep. So, yeah, the pressure is coming on now. All the units are now appearing. I'm assuming we're going to get like 1 million once we hit this area. So, look at that. Look at that mortar setup immediately. Holy moly. Yeah, that's gonna do us some just immense work. You know, like 8 mortars instantly popping up. There we go. Yeah, this was a big dead area, which surprised. I figured it would be populated like this just to keep moving, but it wasn't, and that's okay. That is quite all right. So should have paid more attention in the beginning. You know, again, there's a lot of planning that you can do. There's the nullifier, so it looks like the units can actually survive too. So we don't even need to do anything. We have won the map without using a cursor any longer. We're still going to clean it up because why not? It's here. But yeah, that nullifier almost online. Once it is, no more creep comes out. The AC has won the day with well over 1 million. Gotta love it. And yeah, just pushing this to the corner. Nullifier almost charged. Gorgeous. There we have it. Full nullification. Felt pretty good. That has been a YAACCM 02. Lovely, lovely stuff. Oh, we have to reclaim. I was like, why can't we reclaim? Oh, we're reclaiming. I find the reclaim objective interesting because you really, if you take all of the enemies, I mean, I guess you could have taken enemies and left the AC breeders up, or the split breeders up, but at the same time, the units themselves would have taken them. So it's sort of like a redundant objective, because if you take all of the emitters, just the map will take everything. So, but that's okay. That's okay. It adds a little bit of time. If I didn't mess around with the plan that I was doing, where are we? With this area, I probably could have saved a bunch of time. But you know, I just had a lot of fun. I really like these YAACCM ones. They're very well designed. I like the increase in difficulty. So what do we get? 39. Ooh, yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Again, had fun. That's what it's all about. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Take care.